Good morning, all of you. To our graduates, families, friends, and esteemed colleagues. As Chancellor of the University of Southampton and your presiding officer today, it gives me immense pleasure to declare open this ceremony for the conferment of awards for candidates from the Faculty of Environmental and Life Sciences. Everybody's told me you're a very quiet group, so we'll see if we can disprove that during the course of this short opening remarks. Welcome to what is, without doubt, an important and memorable day. A day of celebration, a day of reflection, and absolutely a day of new beginnings. A day that marks the closing of one chapter and the opening of another. It's a real privilege and pleasure to be sharing this moment with you. Now, there's always a very special kind of energy at graduation ceremonies. There's a lot of relief, understandably a lot of joy and pride, and yes, maybe just a touch of nervous anticipation. Or perhaps you're just wondering how to make it across the stage without tripping. Don't worry, I promise you'll be fine. And by the way, you all look absolutely fabulous. It's funny, I still remember my own graduation. That same kind of pride, that I've actually done it, relief, it's done with, and then curiosity about what lay ahead. If that's how you're feeling today, then you're certainly not alone. This is one of those rare moments you'll carry with you forever. A milestone shared not just with your Southampton family, but with those who've supported you, your loved ones, your friends and your mentors. So what are you going to remember about your time here? Was it Freshers' Week? Join one of the 300 clubs and societies? Or those long hours in Hartley Library stretching your mind and testing your stamina? Maybe it was an unforgettable lecture that sparked something in you, a conversation that changed how you saw the world. Or perhaps the friendships you formed, sometimes in the most unexpected places that made you feel like this was home. Some of those friendships will last a lifetime. They have for me. Of course, I'm not going to ask you what you got up to on your nights out, especially with your families here, but I do hope you made some unforgettable memories. But today isn't just about receiving a scroll of paper, as important as that is. It's about celebration of your effort, of your talents, of your growth. This is what our students do, and you've done it brilliantly. This is also a time to reflect on what shaped you. Maybe it was the late night deadlines, or the joy of sport, or volunteering, a research breakthrough, or an idea that's still bubbling away in the back of your head. More than anything, perhaps, it was discovering more about yourself. What drives you? What matters to you? What you're truly capable of? And maybe, just maybe, it was that quiet joy in learning for the sake of it. That moment when something clicks and a new idea comes alive. That feeling never really leaves. Today's a celebration of all this. Let me take you back just briefly to that first day you arrived, bags in hand, perhaps dropped off by the same people who are here with you again, cheering you on with pride, maybe holding back a few tears. There was probably tension that day too, excitement, uncertainty, maybe even a little fear. You might have been asking yourself, who am I and what am I doing here? But I suspect those doubts began to fade as you settled in, met your peers, contacted your tutors, and found your place around the campus. You became part of this university, and you made this city your home. This has all been part of your journey to becoming a graduate of the University of Southampton. As you leave here today and embrace new challenges, you do so with knowledge, with skills, and inner reserves that you may not know you even had. This ceremony is the culmination of your journey, one marked by tenacity, curiosity, resilience, and perhaps more caffeine than you ever admit to having. But as you step into the next chapter, remember you're not leaving Southampton behind. You're taking it with you. You're now part of a global alumni community. Please stay in touch with us and with each other. Before we look ahead, let's pause to look back with gratitude to your families, your friends, your tutors, to those who encouraged you through the tough times, to everyone who believed in you, even when you may have had a doubt about yourself. Please join me in making a lot of noise and applause to thank them all. Nice. Clearly, they were wrong when they said you were quiet. That's great. And to you, graduates, thank you. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your spirit. And thank you for being part of this community. You leave here not just with a degree, but with insight, values, and memories that will shape your future. Wherever life takes you, whether along a well-planned path or a road full of surprises, go forward with courage, with compassion, and with curiosity. So here's to you, our students, our graduates, our alumni, and our future. Let's now continue today's celebrations and we formally welcome you into the next chapter of your journey. You make us proud, you give us hope, and you carry forward the spirit of Southampton into every corner of the world. Warmest congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, graduates, distinguished guests, a warm welcome from me. I'm Professor Diana Eccles, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine. I'm delighted to celebrate all your graduations today, and it is an absolute privilege to celebrate the award on an honorary doctorate from the University of Southampton to someone who graduated from the medical school in Southampton over 30 years ago and went on to an outstanding international career in medicine. Moreover, Professor Sharon Peacock was accepted to study medicine at Southampton University as part of our early widening access to medicine agenda, more of which later. First, I want to tell you a little bit about Professor Peacock's career, which has been profoundly impactful, not only in the field of microbiology, but also in the wider context of public health and global disease control. Professor Peacock is currently Professor of Public Health and Microbiology at the University of Cambridge and Master of Churchill College, Cambridge. She has been awarded numerous accolades for her contributions to medicine and science. She's a Fellow of the Royal College of Physicians, Fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences, and Fellow of the American Academy of Microbiology. She was awarded Commander of the British Empire in 2015 for services to medical microbiology. I first heard about Professor Peacock when she was interviewed by Jim Al-Khalili on Radio 4's Life Scientific in 2021. And I learned a bit about her early career and subsequently invited her to give our Medicine's annual Wade Lecture in Southampton in 2022. It was there I learned that she failed her 11+ and therefore attended the secondary modern school, where the expectation was that students would all leave school at 16 and start work. She followed the expected course and worked in the corner shop, but then decided a caring job might be more satisfying, and she became a dental nurse. She then decided to train as a nurse, and during that training was inspired by watching the doctors making diagnoses. And she decided that was what she really wanted to do. So she went back to evening class to do O-levels and then A-levels so that she could apply for medicine. Her applications were rejected repeatedly until eventually she found an admissions tutor at the University of Southampton who was open to the notion that someone from her background could study medicine. She was accepted onto the course, and the rest is history. She is a wonderful advocate and exemplar for improving access to educational opportunities, advocating for equal opportunities, and inspiring and actively mentoring, particularly women, in STEM subjects. And I just learned this morning that she graduated with honours and distinction in medicine, vindicating her that admissions tutor's decision. Professor Peacock did her clinical training and then moved on to do a PhD in Oxford. She spent several years with her family in Thailand leading a research programme and eventually returned to work in Cambridge. Her research is focused on using genomic sequencing technologies applied to diagnostic and public health interventions. Her early research work included studying bacterial resistance, which proved to be pivotal in understanding the future risks posed by antimicrobial resistance, a challenge that still threatens global health today. Her work in genomics has revolutionized how we approach outbreaks, transforming what was once a reactive, slow process into a rapid, data-driven, proactive system. The sequencing of viral genomes has not only helped in identifying variants of concern, in the COVID pandemic in particular, but has also guided vaccination strategies and policy decisions worldwide. Her work has influenced government policy on public health and had direct implications for national and global health strategies. For this work in particular, she was honoured with the 2021 MRC Millennium Medal, which is the Medical Research Council's most prestigious prize for exceptional researchers who have made major contributions towards the MRC's mission to improve health, wealth, and quality of life. For the same reason, she gave the 2022 Marjorie Stevenson Prize Lecture by the Microbiology Society. Professor Peacock currently leads the Cambridge Genomics Laboratory. Her reputation for leadership skills, as well as her research, positioned her perfectly to lead the national effort to sequence the genomes of SARS-CoV-2. Leadership, teamwork, and that drive to help others were an inspiring combination. She could have taken all the credit, but instead, as you might expect, she put the needs of her team and the wider public first. She would regularly express how grateful she was to be part of such a dedicated team of scientists, highlighting the importance of collaboration in tackling global challenges. For our graduates today, this is a key lesson. Success is never achieved alone. True leadership involves uplifting those around you, recognizing their strengths, and working together to achieve a common goal. The characteristics that Professor Peacock demonstrates through her life story is her unshakable determination, initially in her progress to work in a job that was caring for others, and then reaching for a goal that to many others in her situation would have seemed insurmountable. But over many years of determined effort, she's made her way through all those early challenges. She is a fantastic example of qualities that are relevant to all our graduates today as you take your next career steps. Finally, Professor Peacock's commitment to public service and her advocacy for science is a testament to her unwavering belief in the power of research to improve lives. Her work has helped to save countless lives, not just through her scientific discoveries, but also through her tireless work in promoting science, technology, and evidence-based policy in government. She has shown us all that science is not just an academic pursuit, it is a powerful tool that can and should be used to address society's greatest challenges. Professor Peacock, your work has transformed science, public health, and society. The legacy you continue to build is not just one of academic achievement, but of lasting impact on humanity. Chancellor, I have the honour to present Professor Sharon Peacock as eminently worthy of the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Well, thank you so much for that oration. It's interesting when somebody narrates your life story to a large audience, but it's very touching and I feel quite emotional about having heard that. Thank you. So when I got offered the chance to speak, there was really a singular reason that I wanted this opportunity today. I want to very publicly thank this university, which changed my life and my life course. And it's a true honour to be celebrating that with you on your happy day of celebration. So you've already heard that when I was 19 and a student nurse with 6 months training as a nurse behind me, I had a light bulb moment. I wanted to study medicine, but I didn't have A-levels. I didn't dare tell anyone about this fantastical idea, apart from my husband, who's in the audience today. But I formed a plan. And once I qualified as a nurse, I studied A-levels part-time. But as you've heard, I was rejected for 2 years running from every university I applied to. But then my husband had a brilliant idea. Why not pick up the phone and give Southampton a call and ask them to meet me? Now, looking back, that's quite a kind of staggering thing to suggest, but that's exactly what I did. Someone picked up the phone on the other end, and I said, a mature student program for medicine is a really good fit for me. Can you meet me? So the admissions tutor offered me an interview. And I remember that day very clearly, and I'm still in contact with the person who interviewed me, in fact. And I was offered a place in the next academic intake, which, quite shockingly at the time, was a month later, so I had to get packed up very quickly. So this story still feels completely remarkable to me many years later, but Southampton helped me realise my dreams. They lifted me up. The chance to study medicine was the bedrock of everything that came later in my career. This is where the spark of curiosity was really lit for the first time. And I'm very grateful that they took a risk on me. And not only that, I know that Southampton is taking the same approach to admitting a wide diversity of applicants today. So I want to say thank you. So to close, you've all attended one of the best universities in the world. And so now for you, it's the time to use that golden opportunity that you now hold. So I do wish you every success as you leave to explore your future life. Very best of luck, and thank you, Southampton.
Chancellor, I submit to you the candidates from the Faculty of Environmental and Life Sciences for the awards of Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Doctor of Philosophy. The names of the candidates from the School of Biological Sciences are shown in the programme, and I ask that you admit them to their awards.
I admit them and those in absentia to their awards.
Chancellor, I now present the candidates from the School of Biological Sciences. I present to you the following Bachelors of Science. Mohammed Abdallah. Louis Barwick. Rachel Frances Begley. Azmi Baraza. Jack David Anthony Carter. Ivan Chan. Christopher Toby Coburn. Joshua Cochran. Maria Charlotte Cowie. Jemima Derry. Nabil Sadiq Esat. Catherine Fung. Sanvi Jatindra. Michael Jose Lemos Freitas. Sky Okuda Manthe. Luana Mendez Vieira. Katrina Miskinnity. Bridget Morgan Jones. Charlotte Moyer. Ashling Mulcahy. Lucy Elizabeth Paget. Rahul Sangha. Ariane Wen Rian B. Rachel Shipsides. Ben Simmons. Aditi Singh. Sean Subhash. Charlotte Tyrrell. Tallulah Walker. Huma Sheikh. Ellen Atkins. Grace Barnett. Lexi May Barrett. Daisy Bell. Samuel Blake. Madison Blundell. Jack Oliver Carter. William Clay. James William Derham. Benjamin Fleck. Leah Fletcher. Liam Joseph Floyd. Amber Foxall. Jared Franklin. Anne Mary George. Maisie Godfrey. Dominic Grant. Alfie Gregory. Beth Guyat. Madeline Hedgecut. Abby Hislop. Kaylee Ip. Alice Shun Wai Lee. Shin Chen Lee. Fleur Masters. Francesco Jeffrey Newell. Shaska Nicholson. Aidan O'Neill. Alexander Pardo. Daisy Olive Pollitt. Lewis Roper. Rebecca Ruprecht. Dominic Matthew Patrick Sassone. Apologies. Abby Stevens. Ainsley James Michael Stone. Melody Caitlin Street. Lana Wallace Brown. Alexander Weston. Scott Woodley. Jaya Yi Yu. Adrian Prejeto Espejo. Priya Tang. Olu Wame Yomikun Adshokan. Ken Adigwe. Katie Allen. Kiara Batten. Aditi Bissen. Mario Bos Chiazzo Naranjo. Luke Brazendale. Miranda Brown. Amy Bundy. Tallulah Rose Butler-Broad. Angel Junior Casano. Erin Rose Chaxfield. Sam Yuet Chan. Millie Crawford. Giulietta Dahlia. Maisie Davies. Yu Ting Ding. Sam Duong. Harry Elliott. Amy Farnell. Mia Faraday. Ryan Fernandez Medina Harari. Michael Fletcher. Angel Jimmy. Holly Goodall. Elizabeth Graham. Annika Gupta. Ayush Gurung. Aisha Gurung. Dia Harish. William Heathcote. Madeline Heenan. Ben Herbert. Cassidy Jade Herbill. Jonathan Hobson. Lucy Hocking. Amy Holtham. Gagandeep Singh Josan. Cyril Joseph. Amandeep Kaur. Mia Olivia Keegan. Shriya Kelkar. Marina Lakotripsis. Aisha Lamsadi. Lajima Lawati. Meshwan Lee. Michelle Ji Jing Lin. Erin Noemi Lovely. Sophie Lush. Mariana Motsinudis. Marielle Neves. Julian Nishisako. Freya Rose Sanger North. Griseshta Osmanaj. Alisao Pachiti. Poonam Palangwa Limbu. Arjun Patel. Ellen Pearson. Phoebe Ann Rathborne. Lewis Reddings. Raushan Rizvi. Jack Simpson. Eric Teixeira Darling. Serena Thomas. Ella Train. AJ Vogughala. Archie Wan. Naomi Wellington. Sophia Mary Waden. Mia Wingrove. Sulav Yaka. Amelia Adams. Aisha Adarus. Benjamin James Hayward Badham. Sophia Dennis Keener. Ayana Taniguchi Divine. Emma Rose Jennings. Imogen Taylor. Jeanette Mary Bailey. Ria Harish Jetwa. Duncan Johnson Ferguson. Huda Kiza. Lola Manjano de la Puente. Ninoshka Shaneli Periyaparuma. Grace Waring. Kayla Marie Whitaker. Lucy Abel. Montasir Ahmed. Sumaya Alum. Peter John Ewing. Danish Masood. Abu Bakr Mohammed. Oluwaseyi Olajide. Tavisha Ruban. William Sean Samuel. Abharagan Sriranjan. Abigail Turner. Matthew Wright. Maria Fayek. Isabel Maguire. Ellie Daniel. George Fernandez. Luke Gallagher. Abigail Howard. Alice May Keyworth. Jinan Lockwood. Dylan James Norris. Oliver Page. Josie Ratcliffe. Astrid Rivers. Luke Thomas. Rachel Thompson. Jem Thorndrake. Zach Triggs. Isabel Warren. Rafe Valentine Wiltshire. Corbin Wood. Isabel Wood. Alexander Cartwright. Harry Cleesby. Chancellor, I present to you the following Masters of Science. Aidan Fanucci. Lewis James McLaughlin. Jake Meach. Toluwezi Ogunlana. Sean Pritchard. Amy Therese Brisby. James Martin Goodman. Patricia Zabrinovich. Kyron Dunn. Serena Evelyn Oshirawan Garrick. Henry Hayward. Sophie Georgia Hazel. Natalie Joanna Kulchitska. William Arthur Lane. Ashley Leelod Harry. Christina Dimitrova Manilova. Mercedes Mendizabal Jimenez Andrades. Sophie Woodhead. Erica Heihui Hu. Brian Junwei Yong. Carla Bastida Smith. Olivia Chung. Amy Elizabeth Long. Chi Michelle Onyeyuke. Tom Robinson. Elizabeth Hatch. Emma Daisy Spencer. Freddie William Knott. Chancellor, I present to you the following Doctors of Philosophy. For a thesis entitled The Interaction Between Plants and Rhizosphere Microbes, Penghui Kai. For a thesis entitled New Insights into the Role and Regulations of Nucleopidins 4,5p2, Magdalena Castellano Vidali. For a thesis entitled Harnessing Label 3 Second Harmonic Generation Microscopy for Research and Diagnosis of Osteosarcoma, Isabel Creeth. For a thesis entitled The Potential Impacts of Climate Change on the Extent, Distribution and Functional Diversity of the Montane Specialist Tree Community in Mesoamerica, Eric Omar Mata Guel. For a thesis entitled Of Mice and Women, Utilizing High-Resolution Computed Tomography for the Extrapolation of Murine and Human Sexual Dimorphism in Cortical Bone Microstructure and Fracture Risk, Lisanne Viola-Michaels. For a thesis entitled Phenotyping of Pseudomonas aeruginosa biofilms in cystic fibrosis patients, biofilm biomarker identification, and understanding the nitric oxide-mediated biofilm disposal response, Declan Matthew Power. For a thesis entitled Light-Mediated Switching of Pacemaker Function Across the Neural Clock Circuit of Drosophila, Michael James Price. For a thesis entitled Long-Term Molecular and Epigenetic Changes Associated with Muscle Wasting, Hanan Yasmin Shark. For a thesis entitled Investigating the Impact of Alterations in Alpha-Synuclein, For investigating the impact of alterations in alpha-synuclein on mitochondrial health, quality control, and neuronal differentiation, Naomi Jasmine Thorne. For a thesis entitled Applying Large-Scale Meta-Analysis of Transcriptomic Data to Uncover Hyper-Responsive Genes and Prediction via Machine Learning. No, I'm sorry, that is the wrong person. I apologize. I've done this before. For a thesis entitled Connecting the Dots, Exploring Relationship Between the Arrangement of Cortical Porosity and the Development of Sex-Specific Whole Bone Phenotypes in CSP alpha mice, Jacob Trend. For a thesis entitled C. elegans as a model organism for organophosphate nerve agent. No, I've done it again. I'm so sorry. I've jumped on again. I'm on the stage. Okay. For a thesis entitled Applying Large-Scale Meta-Analysis of Transcriptomic Data to Uncover Hyper-Responsive Genes and Prediction via Machine Learning, Brandon Koch. For a thesis entitled C. elegans as Model Organism for Organophosphate Nerve Agent Investigations, Joanna Haschin. For a thesis entitled Microbiologically Influenced Corrosion, Development of a Model System to Investigate the Role of Biofilm Communities within MIC and their Controlling Using Industrial Biocides, Liam Matthew Jones. For a thesis entitled Microbiome-Dependent Modulation of Oviposition and Attraction Behaviors Between Closely Related Insect Species, Fardina Rahimi. And for a thesis entitled Genomic Constraints on Domestication, the Role of Plasticity and Transposable Elements, Anne Jeanette de Leon Romero.
Hello everyone, I'm Professor Philip Williamson, the head of the School of Biological Sciences in the Faculty of Environmental and Life Sciences. I am truly delighted to have this opportunity on behalf of my colleagues in the school and the faculty to congratulate all our new graduands. Our graduands from the School of Biological Sciences have between them investigated every facet of biology, and their studies will have equipped them with the knowledge and skills for a successful and exciting future, ready to address the rapidly evolving demands of our modern society. As part of your degree, you will have designed and carried out novel research that will have contributed to our society's knowledge and understanding of biology. Many of our biologists and zoologists will have undertaken field trips with our final year students studying ecosystems on a global scale. Our zoologists have been turning their attentions to Africa, heading to Zimbabwe to investigate the effects of foraging behavior on riverine vegetation, particularly acacia. For others, the final year saw field trips to Belize in Central America to study the ecology of tropical broadleaf forests. From the stories that I've heard back from my colleagues, this year's students seem to have been particularly fascinated by the insects that were present, in particular on whom in the party they were feeding upon. Closer to home, our biomedical scientists, biochemists, pharmacologists, and neuroscientists have been conducting their research with a focus on improving human health and combating disease. For those of you who undertook your projects in the lab, some of you will have learned how to use the latest gene editing techniques, such as CRISPR-Cas, to remove specific genes from cancer cells to understand how they can affect cell migration and cell replication. One of the things that never ceases to amaze me, though, is the careers that our graduates go on to pursue. Many of you, whilst you've been with us, will have had the opportunity to learn about how you can use your knowledge of biological sciences in other areas, such as bioscience and business, communication and education. Earlier this year, I was particularly fortunate to accompany the bioscience education students to a local college, and it was a delight to see how they managed to pass on their passion for biological sciences to our local A-level students. Our integrated master's students will have spent much of the year working with the research groups of our academics, embracing the school's philosophy of research-led education. It has been fantastic over the last couple of months to listen to your talks and read your reports on the novel research that you've been pursuing throughout the year. And as in previous years, I'm sure we'll be seeing your names appearing in print as the papers start to appear. The University of Southampton is renowned for its knowledge exchange and our work with our civic partners to ensure it delivers research with impact. Embracing this spirit, it was fantastic this year to see many of our master's students students explain the research at the school's Outreach Festival. We were delighted that some of you could bring your knowledge and energy to the Southampton Science and Engineering Festival, SOTSEF, explaining your research to the wider public. Some of you even made it to the front page of the Southampton Daily Echo. I'm aware that some of you, this will not be your first graduation ceremony, and several of you are here today to collect your doctorates. Our doctoral students work alongside our academics in the school and play a vital role in the research that the school conducts. From understanding how interspecies signalling can be used to combat horticultural pests, to how sex can influence bone structure and the risk of fractures, your research has and will continue to address some of society's greatest challenges. Most importantly, though, you have all been part of our community. You have enriched us all through your contributions, in peer support through your work with student societies and sports club, where many of you have taken positions of responsibilities, and through to our open days and public engagement events where you've acted as our ambassadors. For this, we thank you. Our tutees often say when they graduate how quickly the time has gone, but in this seemingly short period of time, we recognise an enormous difference in you. Whilst here, you have acquired a great repertoire of academic and personal skills, some that you don't even recognise in yourself. These skills will serve you well as you begin the next phase of your life. These skills will serve you well as you begin the next phase of your life and reflect how you've been challenged and stretched by your degree courses. You should be really proud of your achievements. Some may say that you're some of the quietest members of Southampton University, but as you can see from the evidence above, you've really made an impact with your activities around the university. So let me finish by saying two things. First of all, please do stay in touch. We love to hear from you and how you're getting on. If you need advice, remember, your staff here in the school are always here to help you. And finally, we are enormously proud of you, our graduands. Many congratulations on all your individual achievements, and have a fabulous day.
Oh, it's warm, isn't it? No, man, I've only got an hour now, so you'll be okay. Well done. Now that you've had your well-deserved moment on the stage, there's still much to enjoy. Lots of hugs to share, lots of photos to take, and I'm sure lots of glasses to raise. You've crossed the stage without tripping, I'll say. And now it's time to truly savour this moment with those who helped you get here. While this day belongs to you, let's also take a moment to thank those who've supported you along the way, your family, your friends, your tutors, and your wider support networks, some of whom may be with you today. And to you, our graduates, a big thank you. Thank you for all your hard work, your resilience, and your bright questioning minds. Thank you for all that you've already contributed and for all that you can and will go on to do. As Chancellor, I've had the privilege of meeting many of the students, and I'm constantly inspired by your passion, your creativity, and most of all, your sense of purpose. You remind us why universities matter. As graduates of Southampton, you carry forward not just your own ambitions, but also the values that define our university: curiosity, compassion, courage, and a commitment to positive impact. You now join a global community of over 300,000 alumni, spanning more than 185 countries and territories. So let me tell you, when we say to our students, go out and change the world, Southampton students really do take that literally. You're joining journalists, scientists, artists, entrepreneurs, influencers, campaigners, graduates who are changing lives in both quiet and extraordinary ways every single day. So use that community, stay connected, learn from each other, and when you get a chance, come back, perhaps becoming a mentor and helping the next generation find their way. Above all, remember, you'll never be alone in your endeavours. You're entering a world that needs your energy, needs your ideas and your values more than ever. A world that's complex, but also full of possibility, and you're more prepared than you think. Today is the end of one story and the beginning of many more. So go out there, write boldly, lead kindly, and live with purpose. Now, this is your last chance to have a big shouting and laughing and applause. So celebrate all that you've achieved and all that's yet to come. Well done. Well done. Yes, sir. Well done. That could be bordering on a world record. Well done. Wherever life takes you, we'll be cheering on from Southampton and beyond. Thank you. And now it gives me great pleasure to formally declare this ceremony closed.